Can Social get his brother back? Let's find out. My companion Social needs to meet the Dire One. Forgive me, champion, but rules are rules. Talk to the Dire One whenever you'd like, but your companion cannot. However, with your permission, I can arrange a meeting for them in the arena. By meeting, I mean a fight. That option suitable for you. I agree, Trevor, my brother. He'd never raise a hand against me. I wouldn't be so sure of that. The arena has changed him, but who knows? We certainly can't rule out the possibility of a peaceful outcome. So let's make a deal. The Dire One, I mean Trevor, really does recognize you and refuses to fight. I'll send someone else into the arena. The two of you can fight against your opponent together. After all, the spectators paid to see a show. We can't disappoint them. It'd be bad for business. The show. Fine, I agree. After all I've gone through to find him, what's another fight? But if we win, we'll let him go free. Leave the arena together. You're trying to bankrupt me? Fine. Unfortunately, I am in a position to argue. Let's make a wager. Your life for your brother's freedom. Do we have a deal? Yeah, bring on Trevor. Very good. Follow me, please. I actually did meet him. I edited out the last video, but he's all bandaged up and Social steps into the arena, his eyes wandering around the stands full of clamorous spectators. The faces of demons and mortals alike blur, merging into a horrendous, multi-eyed monster which roars at the top of its many lungs with an endless thirst for blood. They are chanting, "The Dire! The Dire!" and the Dire One answers their call. A dark-skinned warrior in an enclosed helmet approaches Social. His body is covered with scars, old and new, intertwining in web-like layers. Even the fingers of the veteran gladiator are marred and disfigured. Those same hands that once produced a delicate wooden design, the source of joy for a whole village, now grip a weapon, and a weapon that is pointed at the young cleric. So I'm speaking as Social? Trevor, brother, is that you? The helmet prevents the gladiator from hearing anything. An artery drowned out by the crowd. The warrior breaks into a sprint and lunges at Social with his sword raised to strike. Social still has that shield he had. That's his brother's shield. That should jog his memory. The gladiator's weapon hits the shield with a sonorous clang that sounds like a lament. He raises his blade again, but suddenly freezes. After several seconds of examining the shield, his eyes slowly track up to the face of the man holding it. Social. Trevor lowers his weapon slowly. His disfigured fingers unclench, letting the sword fall to the arena floor. The gladiator collapses to his knees next to the blade. Brother, I'm so sorry. Brother, how did this happen to you? I was fighting. I wanted to. Strained breathing echoes from underneath the helmet. The gladiator clenches his fists and shakes his head, unable to find the right words to tell the story properly. I wanted to kill them all at any cost. I wanted to spare you from going to war. They fooled me. There were too many of them. The price to pay was too high. I have to apologize. You chose this path and have been following heroically. I'm proud of you. What a shocking surprise! Our gladiators have lost their will to fight. Each of them would rather die than witness his brother bleed out in the arena. Well, we are giving them a chance to do both. This is a unique gift from the Battle Plus Arena to you. Come back tomorrow and place your bets. Will the Dire One and his newfound brother stand strong against our enemies? Who will win? Two mortals? Or when Navakia? You'll soon find out. Let's give a round of applause and a final roar for our fearless warriors. Guards, take the Dire One and that, whatever his name is, take them away. Trevor picks up his blade from the ground and points it at the arena guards, circling two brothers. This simple gesture has a truly intimidating effect on the demons. Leave, brother. I will stay here and hold them off until the end like a hero. The young cleric places his palms on top of his brother's huge calloused fists, touching the blade's hilt. Their eyes meet through the slit of the helmet, and something changes. Already an enormous muscular Hulk, Trevor becomes even larger and stronger. The mythic power bestowed upon Socio by his commander is channeling through his brother as well. My goddess, can you hear me? Not worthy of your grace, I have abandoned my path and your teachings for this endless, hopeless war. I have nothing to look forward to anymore, but if only you can still hear my prayers, please keep my brother safe. In answer to the fallen paladin's rasping prayer, Social's shield is enveloped in iridescent glow. Now run, escape, farewell, brother, remember me. He's gonna eat us. That'll probably be my thumbnail for this one. That's quite a show, isn't it? Socio runs into the arena pit, pursued by demonic screams and the thunder of a cracking rock. He turns back to steal one last look at the place where his brother fought his final battle against the Abyss.
It's over. Trevor is gone. At least, I got a chance to see him one last time, and to witness his final heroic deed. Thank you. I would have never found him without your help.
What do you do now?
I will remember him at his best. I will do everything I can to end this war as soon as possible. Nobody deserves what Trevor had to endure, and I will make sure nobody else will.
We're gonna see him again.
Thank you. How am I going to tell her mother? I don't want her to know of his fall. I'll tell them he died like a hero, fighting demons in the Abyss. That's not a lie. It really happened.
It's technically true.
Yes. Let us.
Oh, a sweet little bird. We're gonna eat you up. You pathetic little lives, don't you recognize me? I'm Chivarro, Madame of 10,000 Delights. Former Madame. Damn it, forgive us, mistress. Please don't kill us, have mercy. You, because of you I lost everything and now have to deal with this scum. Now I shall settle the score. Hey, you scum, I'll spare anyone who helps me kill this mortal.
We will be.
You can spare them. Okay.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel. Retreat is not an option in my business. Forward!
Some fun.
We will falter! is your time to cease to exist. I'm wounded! Did you see that?
Almost, almost.
I'm wounded!
Just keep touching yourself, dude. Ding dong, the witch is dead. Please. This time, lock. Meh. Just like her girlfriend, she also carried some disappointing loot. Ever guess? Welcome to 10,000 Delights. Chivarro is dead. Rex's laughter is light and cheerful as if you're discussing an inconsequential matter rather than murder. What excellent news! You're my hero, my knight in shining armor. I've heard it said on Galorion it is customary for a lady to grant her knight some token as a sign of affection. Let this remind you of your friend in the 10,000 Delights. And a wise negotiator. I. What's the problem, Greybor? Light smiling lights his pipe. Excited glint in his eyes betrays his impatience to share some news with you. Finally, he contains himself no longer. Interesting news has reached my ears, Durden. There's been talk among more disreputable citizens of Elushinira that someone is hiring the most vicious thugs and cutthroats to kill a certain Willowdus. Familiar name, isn't it? I strongly suspect that this is the same Willowdus who set me up during the assassination of Derazand. Call that a fortuitous coincidence. Where'd you hear that? I'm an assassin. If I don't know how to obtain rumors, I'd be out of work. Visit a few taverns, including a place called Bad Luck. It's a real cesspool. The information flows onto it all over the city. I was approached by someone who was looking for thugs to hire. He was the one who told me everything. I would have found out more if I had talked to him longer, but after he called me a bloody larva, he needed the dentist. I needed a new mug of beer. Who is this Willowdus? Here's what I know about our prey. He's a demon and a wizard powerful enough to enjoy high status in the city. Lately, he has surrounded himself with a small army of mercenaries, but they are mere thugs who lack the skills of professional bodyguards. Ever since Willowdus found out about the bounty on his head, he hasn't left his mansion. I suspect it's full of traps. I wouldn't underestimate the danger of facing Willowdus. They were looking for real daredevils to bring him down, which means this whole business is almost certainly risky, may even suicidal. Who wants him dead? An anonymous entity who apparently has more brains than Willowdus and is smart enough to keep his name a secret from his employees. I bet it is one of the Descarites. Derazand was one of the Descari's lackeys, after all, and even though internal strife never ends within the snake pit, they always team up against external threats. Deuce just. I'll be damned if I let a bunch of incompetent thugs get to him before me. No, first I must have a little chat with Willowdus, and then they can do whatever they want with them. How about we leave those hapless goons in the dust and visit Willowdus's mansion first? Sounds like an exciting challenge, doesn't it? How do we find him? His mansion is in the upper city. It's called the House of Wicked Knowledge. I'm not sure how wicked this knowledge is exactly, but he is truly wicked when it comes to business agreements. I will pay him a visit. Excellent. Next conversation involves some good old-fashioned puns.
Let's move.
We won't fall here. I swear it.
Attempts to interfere Lord Baphomet's plans serve no purpose. Find you wherever you go. Okay, so that's what you're trying to kill.
Kneel before me. Strike with all your might.
You're in my way.
You won't survive me.
Begone, fiend!
Anyhow. No.
Simply business. It's your time to cease to. It doesn't work? How weird.
Let me help. I will lend you my aid.
You are my favorite aide.
We won't fall here. I swear it.
Bottom, good measure.
Retreat is not an option. I'm wounded.
Simply business.
Song of Discord, Song of Discord, Song of Discord. Ever have a good day, just play Song of Discord. It'll suck your friend.
You crossed the wrong mountain.
not my time yet.
Kneel before me. This one's mine. Forward!
Be gone, fiend!
We won't falter.
I won't give up.
Strike with all your might. We can do it.
How's everybody feeling?
I stand ready. I stand ready. Close ranks.
Yes, for hours.
Simply business.
Forward! We won't falter.
Your time ceases to exist. You're in my...
What you say? That you only meant well, 'cause you did. What you say?
You've crossed the wrong mongrel. This is not an option.
Maybe you should worry more about children.
Kneel before me.
Be gone, fiend!
This is not my time yet. Unexpected.
This can...
Fall!
I can still fight.
I refuse to.
He's getting a penalty for being in melee. Why is he? How can he hit anything? Wow.
My will is resolute.
March on.
I am truly sorry.
He's like failed every one of those. What kind of religious scholar is he? This log is familiar. These logs are used by monster traders from Catpetch who want to ensure their most powerful beasts stay in their cages. Can't be forced. One delicate twist and a knife, and done. Sounds like you did force it. Hunt is the clash between the hunter's cunning and the shrewdness of the prey. When the prey expects a trap, the hunter's acumen is put to the test in trying to subvert such expectations. Willidus has proven he understands this fundamental principle. The commander bursts through the front door and freezes. For all the tales about the mansion being supposedly becoming a citadel, no one is there to assault the unwanted guests. There are no flying arrows, no chilling battle cries, and the expensive furniture hasn't been turned into makeshift barricades. The commander and his companions carefully examined the luxurious antechamber. There are 2 doors leading deeper into the mansion. One bears a symbol of a mirror, the other a symbol of a knife. There is a bloody pigeon feather in front of the doors, a note that contains 2 words: "Welcome, assassin." Commander recalls that a bloody feather is one symbol of Shax, the Blood Marquis. This demon lord is infamous for running his victims in a labyrinth full of deadly traps. Doors slammed shut behind him. The commander enters the door with a mirror symbol. Crooked knife. I don't know, it seems like a red herring. Very crooked knife. They say that pets reflect the character and disposition of their owners. If that is true, the lord of the mansion has a truly cruel and perverse disposition. Commander enters a spacious cellar filled with scattered bones and cages. All of them are wide open, and the creatures they once contained are freely roaming the room. They've all come from different planes. Some are monsters, some are mere animals, some are intelligent species. Yet all of them shamble around aimlessly. They pant loudly, and drool drips from their slight jaws and open mouths. Their horribly mutilated and scarred heads provide evidence as to the reason for this behavior. A merciless surgeon has opened their skulls, taken out most of their brains, leaving only bits that govern the most base instincts, such as hunger. These creatures are very hungry indeed. The commander decides, I'm not good at any of that stuff. Scare him away. Durin bursts into the shadows with a spectacular leap and lands in the center of the room, where he draws his weapon and quickly puts several of the closest monsters out of their misery. He produces such a wild and bloodthirsty howl that even these mindless wretches are shaken to their core. Squealing pathetically, they hurry back to their cages, huddling in fear. The way is now free. 3 doors lead from this dark cellar, and its oppressive stink of blood and decay. Commander decisively reaches out, one marked with the symbol of pair of scales. No matter how gleefully the lord of this place mutilates flesh, he is first and foremost a scientist, and a scientist by definition is a madman who can put to shame any giggling maniac with a knife. Therefore it comes as no surprise his laboratory is furnished with the care and order. There is no hint of the tawdry luxury found in the other rooms. There is a multitude of flasks and vials with potions resting on the tables, and the cupboards are full of jars containing brains of all shapes and colors. As soon as the door closes behind the commander's back, a huge silvery autoclave opens with a wheezing clang, emitting a wave of foul-smelling brine. A hideous homunculus covered in glistening slime crawls out of the autoclave. Its liquid, malleable body constantly grows new limbs, eyes, and mouths, absorbing the bits and pieces it no longer requires. It seems the monster can't decide what shape it should take. It stares at the commander with malevolent intelligence. Seems it has better mental faculties than most alchemically produced creatures. The homunculus giggles repulsively as it throws a bottle of acid aimed at the commander's head. Excellent monster up in the corner to finish it off. The homunculus proves surprisingly agile as it scampers around the laboratory, growing more and more limbs. It is impossible to get a hold of the creature's moist, slimy skin. At long last, employing all of his cunning, Durden traps the nimble homunculus in the corner, catches it, and wrings its fragile neck. With a gurgling sound, the monster attempts to change its shape one last time, and it goes limp forever. Commander uses his chance to search the laboratory and manages to procure an entire satchel of useful potions and balms. Stepping over the wreckage of an expensive lab equipment and shattered glass, the commander pauses before the doors and eventually chooses one with the symbol of blazing fire. Sounds inviting. Commander finds himself in a long stone passage. No traps are triggered by his careful steps, yet at the end of the passage his vision grows blurry. The illusion of safety falls apart like a house of cards, revealing endless fiery field, ashen mountains, rivers of lava, and magmatic volcanoes. Hot wind scorches his face. It is not difficult to conclude that this deadly place is the elemental plane of fire. Ash and volcanic rock tremble beneath the commander's feet, but walking on it seems safe enough for now. The only escape route is the distant three-way arch of rough-hewn stone containing the three familiar doors. However, to reach it, the commander must find a way past the river of fire, in which tiny islets of porous stone are just barely visible. The river spews out tongues of roaring flame that land on the banks, crystallizing into dark glass. As a result, both banks of the river have become steep, jagged cliffs of obsidian. Durden spots several tiny islets in the river of lava and deftly jumps from one to another, avoiding the scorching crest of the boiling magma. He manages to reach the other side of the fiery river and climbs up a steep slope. After reaching the stone portals, the commander has decided which of the three doors to enter. Eventually settles one with the symbol of broad boiling cauldron or a full moon. Full moon it is. The commander enters a magnificent bedroom and ends up knee-deep in a seemingly bottomless pile of soft blankets, fuzzy rugs, and plump feather beds, and other covers all sorts of shapes. They allure and promise the sweetest dreams if only Durden would lie down and close his eyes. It's a dangerous temptation. Anyone who allows these fluffy killers to put them to sleep won't ever wake up again. They will crawl over their victim, piling up around them, and then suffocate and smother them to death. Carving through a feather bed with his blade, the commander sees glistening flesh and thick ichor ooze out from the rend in the fabric. Yet no book ever mentions such strange, bizarre creatures. Commander can only guess that this is the result of a strange experiment on some predatory swarm organism that disguises itself as something harmless, then preys on those it lures close. Commander decides to a flame and fire and scoop its flames as a distraction. The lamp of the commander is torn from the wall, explodes, and burning drops of oil rain down on the rugs, setting them alight in seconds. Soon the entire bedroom is aflame. Rugs and blankets writhe in agony like living creatures. They crack and burst open, spewing hot blood. The sickly sweet smell of charred meat fills the room. Trapped in the terrible fire, Durden keeps his nerve and discovers a route to safety while avoiding the scorching flames. Two doors with different symbols lead from the master bedroom. The commander decides whether to take chances behind the one with boiling cauldron it is. The commander walks into an enormous kitchen. There are massive cauldrons with shiny polished sides and tiny green flame beckons. The green flame flickers with a magical oven. The aroma of delicious spices beckons from the countless cupboards and the shelves that line the walls. However, as soon as the commander enters the room, the cauldron lid flies into the air, blown off in powerful explosions. A nasty grayish-pink slime oozes out of the open cauldron, swelling up like dough. The slime flows down onto the floor, gathering into massive clotted clusters, which then began to crawl toward the commander. Durden has seen or read about such creatures before. However, the commander doesn't possess such knowledge of certainty whether such creature can exist on its own or as a result of a magical experiment. Escape route. Durden notices meat hooks on chains that are connected to a beam across the ceiling. He deftly climbs up and triumphantly looks down. The slime now rolls around furiously, unable to reach its escaped prey. The narrow beam leads to the kitchen's exit, useful to escape from the trap. 2 doors from this kitchen, where it is apparently easier to be eaten than to eat. The commander chooses one that's marked with some love. Blazing fire, let's try that one again. Try the rod this time. The door doesn't budge. The commander forces it open with his weight and enters the same hall where his dangerous experiment first began. The cozy, comfortable setting is in no way hints to the nightmares that awaited the commander inside the mansion. The door outside is wide open, and through the doorway dark figures can be seen clutching weapons. Well, this was nothing but a warm-up. The final, decisive battle is still to come. The commander prepares for his fight as he steps into the cursed mansion. Oh boy. Right after I get softened up by some vampires, eh? Leader of this gang of demons is grotesquely deformed, even by the standards of the Abyss. A disproportionately large and bloated head rests on tiny, deformed body, covered in bumps and furrows like a shriveled walnut. It seems at first to be a mane of hair standing up on end, revealed upon closer inspection to be bone needles sticking out of his pale, blistered skin. Where the mouth should be, there is instead a bony plate formed by yellowing teeth that have grown together, protrudes out from his torn, lacerated lips. His voice appears to come from a slobbering, ventilated hole in his neck, just beneath his chin. More bloody larvae showing up at my palace. Getting very tired of these visits. What a freak. Even I feel somewhat conflicted. Would killing this creature be an act of cruelty or mercy? I do not wish to show mercy to the scum that set me up. Who are you? A snort of derision escapes the creature's throat, and he makes a dismissive gesture with his hand. His dirty nails curling into long, thin spirals. I don't even know you've decided to challenge. Let these words herald your imminent death, outsider. I'm Willowdus, master, convent advisor to the Lady in Shadow. I am also a master of the Vivisector. So many words, I'll simply call you a corpse. Less impressive sounding, perhaps easier to remember. Why'd you put a hit on Darazan and give Greybor a faulty magical weapon? Nonsense, why would I want that idiot dead? What possessed him to think I'm the one who put a hit on him? And how dare you pathetic amateurs even think a scheme of mine might possibly fail? If I truly wanted to kill Darazan, he'd be long gone. But no, I don't give a damn about anyone from that swarm of locusts. I expected such an answer. For some reason, whenever I corner these scoundrels and demand a reckoning, none of them are brave enough to own up their crimes, and they never quietly when they slit their throat. Rhetoric of deceit. Soon you'll find out what your tiny, ridiculous, worm-eaten brain smells like. Kill him! I won't lie, I've been waiting for this moment. Tomorrow morning, my reputation will be spotless once again. Sweet dreams.
We won't fall here. I swear it.
Oh my god, guys. Start off here. Some arrows, eh?
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
Well, here goes.
Simply business.
You won't survive me. Retreat is not an option.
So far, so good, actually.
Endure this.
Greybor going cray cray. Oh, you're still alive. Haha. Projections out of a tall female demon. Unlike many of her kind, she seems slimmer and less stocky in build. Upon closer examination, you realize that her thinness is caused by extreme emaciation, which makes her look like a withered tree. The skin on her neck and wrist bears the marks of shackles, and her body is covered in flaming seals of bafflement. Lowering her eyes, the demon addresses you quietly. Allow me to congratulate you. The short work you've made of Willow Disc proves you're a true professional. I am Horzala, and on behalf of the Assassin's Guild, I congratulate Greybor for completing this contract. You have fulfilled the order and received for Willow Disc's murder, and therefore you have the right to collect bounty, even though you are not a guild member yourself. I'm sure you have many questions about what had happened. I doubt our guild is hard to find. There, the notice board at its entrance, where the assassination contracts are posted. And who are you? I am Horzala, Baphomet's daughter. Horzala, not Habzimira. She is my elder sister, but I doubt you're able to appreciate the true extent of my misfortune. I am also known in El Shinra as the assistant and the right hand of Yaws, the head of the Assassin's Guild. And what happened here? I may know a thing or two, but we should discuss the matters of the guild, not in public. Who's going to overhear us? The corpses? Why don't you just come here and speak to us face to face instead of projecting an illusion? Or are you afraid we won't like your answers and we'll make you join Willowdus? Pay a visit to the Assassin's Guild soon. Thank you for your answer. I'm not sure what reward awaits us, but I truly hope it's a considerable sum of gold and not a meager payment served at the end of a blade. Plus 3. Windfall. 12 hands over plus attack rolls. Wind breath. 1 squares initiative checks. Okay. Resistance plus 4. Assassins won't work for less. Go hire a couple of thugs in Lower City for pockets. What's your task? No interest. Why the hell did you tell me to come here? Blood Moon, do you have anything to say? Just outside, I'm like, right up in Boulder. Only speaks those fancies. It's a pair of those he was ordered to kill. It's neatly done. Yours? The demon standing before you clearly has a penchant for jewelry. His fingers are covered in rings, 3 gold chains encircle his neck, and 4 bejeweled earrings sparkle in each of his ears. However, such an exquisite adornments are not enough to hide the fact that he is a hardened warrior and a ruthless killer. His face and hands are covered in long, badly healed scars. He moves gracefully as most skilled swordsman. Demon's lips curl in a satisfied sneer and greets you loudly. Look who's here! It's the arrogant Galorion who disposed of poor Willibus. You weren't about to do something really stupid and start a massacre here, right? Can we just talk? Are you the leader of this gang of assassins? Yes, and I'm proud of it. The Abyss is full of butchers and monsters, so anyone who chooses to be an assassin among monsters and butchers commands a high level of respect. If they live long enough to make a name for themselves, of course. My guild attracts assassins from many planes. No one hires us for simple things, like murdering noisy neighbors, or cutting the throat of cheating merchant. As I'm sure you know, it's easier and cheaper to do that yourself, and there's no need to get assassins involved. Now, if someone turns to an assassin, it means the victim is dangerous, cunning, and well-protected target. Heard a lot about you, Yoz. You're the head of a highly reputable guild that operates on many planes beside the Abyss, and my colleagues would consider it an honor to work alongside you, like myself. This horned thing is one of yours, isn't it? Rosella? Yes, this little demoness is one of my most useful servants. Besides, it's very prestigious to have a daughter of Baphomet working under you. Yes, master, I'm your servant. For a fleeting moment, you notice a shadow of angry displeasure cross your face. A spark of fear flashes in Yaz's eyes, like a boy who realizes he's gone too far, testing the patience of his parents. Tell me the truth. Fine, fine. I was the one who actually gave Greybor silence. I needed light a little fire underneath this cauldron, where so many minions of the demon lords are being mixed together. I ordered him to murder those demons in Kenabres, and I put a hit out on Derazand, although the ugly idiot didn't bother me at all. But he was an ugly idiot indeed, and a vengeful one to boot. That's why I gave Greybor a dagger, and was only supposed to wound Baelor. That was why using Willidus' name was important. It was perfect. Hand of cards, Derazand survived after suffering a painful, humiliating wound by a mortal's hand. No offense, of course. The Baelor couldn't simply let that go, so he started vendetta against Willidus, dragging other desecrates into it. That was my goal all along, because Willidus was my real target, a target that was very difficult to reach. People like you are why us assassins have such lousy reputations. No respect for agreements. You acted dishonorably. You expect an assassin to be honorable? What touching naivety. Demon sneers derisively and toys with a giant diamond ring, catching Greybor's disapproving stare. He gives a dazzling smile, seemingly pleased to have provoked a reaction. What concerns me is not the contract killing itself, but the fact that I haven't been paid a single coin. Where did the assassins go? Well, you sent your underlings after Lewis. Who says I didn't? I lost a number of capable killers. And yet, as you can see, I found a more elegant and economical way to execute this plan. I won't lie to you, this kind of plotting makes me very proud of my own guile. My assistants made sure that every larvae in the city knew about the bounty on Willidus's head, and knew that Greybor returned to Alashinra, and decided to use him. Once more, just like poor Derazan, he had no idea he was merely a pawn of mine, just as I envisioned. You didn't linger, and paid Willidus a visit. I had no doubt the paranoiac would try to kill anyone who crossed his doorstep, but I expected you to overcome him, and I was right. Thought your guild had the best contractors. After hearing your story, they sound like amateurs to me. And why'd you do all this? For money and power, of course. It has been my prime motivation for many years now. Somebody wanted that old was those dead, and clever Yaws fulfilled their wish. The expectation of being showered in privileges and treasures. You're getting a share of these privileges and treasures, by the way. I trust you're not going to refuse a reward provided for freelance operatives? Trust me, the sum is considerable. Yaws turns attention to Greybor Nats. I haven't forgotten about you either. You'll be rewarded in proportion to your truly astonishing lethality. I'm a paladin. I don't need your blood money. Never become truly rich if you keep refusing money or offer, Galorion. Bad decision, we earn that gold. As for you, Greybor, you've proven your competence. As a token of apology, allow me to offer you membership in my Assassin's Guild. Consider it the recognition of your talents that you have long desired. I promise you prestige, respect, and truly staggering fees. Of course, I won't demand that you sever your current contract. You may claim your well-deserved place in our guild when it expires. So then, what did you say? Will I become welcoming you to the big league? Durden, we are bound by an active agreement, therefore I must consult your opinion on this invitation. Prepared to your lot in with demons? Is there really much of a difference between me and them? They are a product of the worst parts of our mortal souls. They are sin incarnate. Many say the same thing about me. I was never a coward, so I'm able to admit that my soul is black and evil. I murder others for money, and I will never become a respectable member of society, a friend, or a father. But I am tired of asking forgiveness for what I am. Here, I'll not be judged for my profession. Not the freak or monster they think me back on Galorion. How dare they hire me to murder their enemies and then despise me for my profession? They'll treat me differently in the Abyss. The demons respect my skills. They'll treat me here as a professional, not a criminal or a blackguard. Strange to say this, but I don't feel out of place here. How about quitting the business? Become what, a farmer, a butler, maybe an innkeeper? One who'd tell tales about their adventurous youth to drunk patrons? My soul is that of a wanderer and a killer. My heart is my only source of pride, and abandoning it will make me useless in my own eyes. Believe me, I already tried to settle down and find an honest job, but nothing good came from it. I will quit my profession only when I'm judged by Pharasma herself. I'll let you decide. Such words make me respect you even more. Believe me, I appreciate your willingness to let this decision be entirely my own. Where do I sign? What are you talking about? We're not devils after all. Splendid. You've got a bright future here, my diminutive yet deadly friend. Well, this is a very enlightening conversation, but I see no reason why we should continue. You have received your answers, and should probably be on your way. Meanwhile, I should get back to plotting another bloody and violent murder. Have a good day. Indeed, this was an unexpected meeting. If you want to discuss what happened privately, at your service, Commander. My, would you look at the time? I guess that concludes another fun episode. I will thank you for watching yet again, and go along in the future. I'm on Reddit, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, all around there, even under your bed. Yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye for now.